Welcome back to Are You Dust? Episode 16 is here for you. I'm Aaron.
I'm Mr. Shroom, and AKA motherfuckers, we're all dust.
We absolutely are, man. We're on the dusty trail tonight. You're right here on Are You Dust? And I have to say, I am.
Ecclesiastes said, thou came from dust, thou shalt return to dust.
He did say that.
I heard him say it.
Absolutely. Dude, we're in the woods right now.
We're back in the trees, boys and girls.
Can you feel the skin man looking at you?
He's in one of them hollers out there.
Dude, do you think he sleeps with the birds?
I don't think he sleeps.
Oh, wow. He just gazes.
He just watches.
Fuck.
And thinks about butt rape.
Oh, man. So he's like a pelican.
Is that what pelicans do?
I think so. Don't they stick their nose in places it doesn't belong?
They have like the big ass like fucking
Schnoz.
So yes.
Schnozola.
Yes is the answer to your question.
Fuck, dude. And they're always sticking in places they don't want. Mr. Skin's just sticking his cock in places it doesn't belong. We're off the rails, dude, right out of the gate, man. It's me and Dr. Shroom here today.
Dude, I'm like so both amused and upset. In the last several people that played the game show, nobody made it as far as they did the previous time.
Let's talk about that for a second. How ridiculous. Don't you learn your lesson after something?
Right.
It's like, what are we doing? When I do something wrong, like, and I hear about it, I'm not going to forget it.
Right. And like,
that's 2 in a row, dude. 2 separate beings.
And Mr. Skin was like, I'm going to take the job offer. And it's like, yes. You took the job offer last time.
Dude,
like,
that's crazy as hell.
And like, Jeremy tripped up. Which one did Jeremy get tripped up on?
Man, I don't even know.
Oh, dude,
it was a later one.
Yeah. But like, it's just like, people, listen, and you can win the game. The game is not set up to go on infinitely. It's meant for somebody to win.
Exactly.
Yes.
And like, they get so close, and then they just
fumble the bag.
Excuse my way of putting this, but they piss it away.
Yeah, excuse you. How dare you?
I know.
Like, sir, there's children listening to this.
That's what I thought.
And coming soon, Are You Dust for Children? Coming to a podcast near you.
Dude, could you imagine? That'd be killer.
What would we talk about for children?
Man, what's up, kids? What kind of music are you rocking today? Let's check it out to Limp Bizkit. And then all of a sudden, I did it all for the nookie. What? The nookie. What?
And if you've been touching wieners with your best buddy lately, send us an email to Are You Dust. See, I don't know what we talk to kids about.
Yeah. I guess we're not getting a kids show.
No, probably not. That's probably a ways off. But maybe eventually Dust for Kids.
Yeah, it could happen.
It could happen.
Maybe one day we'll have kids and they can do it.
You know, fingers crossed, one of these days. I feel like maybe when I'm like 55, I'll be ready.
I'm thinking the same. Maybe 61.
61? Yeah, that's a good age.
Yeah, I figured I might have a year or 2 left. Might as well.
Finally ready.
Dude, let's talk about freaking school pizza on Fridays.
Okay.
You remember those rectangles?
I remember the rectangles.
What do you think about them?
I didn't know. School lunch, no, that was not for me.
Man, people say that. I dug it. I brought my lunch a lot too, but on Pizza Fridays, got that. I was not a fan of those mashed potatoes you could pick up and just hold and be like, what the fuck? Throw it at people.
It's like an ice cream scoop.
It really was. And then you're getting that with corn and chocolate milk at 11:30 a.m.
That is really wild to think about.
Yeah, what the fuck is that? And if you want, like, water or OJ or apple juice, you gotta...
Cost more.
Yeah, Mom, can I get $1?
Dude, it's wild, too, because, like, orange...
$1.25?
The water thing is the most wildest. Because, like, orange juice and apple juice... that like they're not good for you, like, to start off with. It's just sugar water in a nutshell. Like, you're removing everything that makes a fruit good, and just like juicing it and putting it in this bottle for kids, and it's just straight sugar. You know, it's fucking wild. Sorry, I'm getting derailed from the fucking lunch talk, but for a second, like, everything is fucking processed nowadays, and like, what is it, like the average lifespan of like a man and a woman, they've gone down actually in like the past decade, and that's because of all the processed horse shit we eat. Like, you look at your grandparents who are living to like 80 and 90, and like, you know, grandmama smoked a pack a day.
Right.
Yeah, well, she also grew up eating whole foods, which is as wild as it sounds. Her eating fucking, you know, whatever, Civil War dirt pie. Like, that was a whole food she was eating.
Yeah.
It's like all the shit that they could get themselves.
And like we were talking about with Bonzo, they're out there wrangling chickens up by their necks.
Right. Right. Like, you know, like, it's fucking cutting the head off the chicken in the traffic cone, but that is a whole food.
Yeah.
You're not buying some fucking chicken from the food dog that's been shot up with salt water all to hell.
Exactly.
And you're, you know, buying it like, oh, this is a good deal. And it's not even a good deal anymore. But so anyway, I digress. School lunches. I didn't do middle school lunches, man.
Right
fucking in kindergarten, like the first day I went, I remember telling my mom I wanted to eat school lunch because I wanted the whole experience. And they had chicken salad.
Ooh.
And yeah, I was like, I'm thinking like a nice bed of like romaine or like iceberg with like some shredded chicken or a grilled chicken on top.
Yeah.
And they plopped this fucking pile of mayonnaise out in front of me, and I'm like, this ain't fucking happening.
Now that's gross, dude. It was a hit or miss. I really dug the Bosco sticks. I really dug the Ribicue.
But Bosco sticks were like high school.
Oh, wow. It was elementary for me.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't get Bosco sticks until I got to fucking high school.
Oh, that's fucked. Yeah, I brought my lunch most of high school. The first year we had some good chicken sandwiches that were spicy.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they disappeared and they wanted to go healthy. Thanks, Michelle Obama.
Yeah, fucking Michelle Obama.
Dude, have you been fishing lately?
It has been a minute. It's been far too long.
Dude, I think you need to check your line.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, I see my bobber bobbing.
Dude, she's bobbing down hard.
Holy shit, I think I got a bite. Wait, yank this shit. Hold on, this fish is a big one. It might take me a second to really...
Do I need to grab a hold of the line?
I think you should.
Dude, hold on.
Yeah.
Move over real quick.
Yeah, fucking... Oh, God. Stop grabbing my
This
dick.
fucker
Stop
is
grabbing my
huge.
dick. Oh, stop grabbing my dick.
Dude, I think he's up. Is this Eddie?
Eddie?
Hello?
From the woods, out emerges an Edward.
Is this thing on?
Dude, we're on.
Hey.
We're live right here with Edward. We just had to fish him out of the woods. It took both of us.
Oh, that's a fucking bleep. You fucking dumbass.
That was crazy. We'll beep that all the way through.
Jesus Christ.
I think we'll just cut that one out.
And that
completely.
was Eddie, folks. Everybody tell Eddie
Hey.
bye-bye.
That was crazy.
To that one.
Whoa.
Oh, is that one of those THC infused ones?
No, this is ACL one ACOHL.
Okay, you know
Alcohol.
letters. Good
Yeah.
job.
Spectacular. We're just sitting here talking about school lunches, man.
Pizza?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, wait. When you say
Square.
pizza, square. He said it without being prompted.
Square.
Ugh. Square pizza.
He didn't like it.
No.
I was all about it.
It's the only one you really got.
Absolutely. I would
Yeah.
bring my lunch, all the others, but Friday I'd be like, let's get it.
No, in high school you got like the
Right.
fucking like triangle slices.
Well, I was taking my lunch, but
Yeah.
In high school?
absolutely.
Oh, dude, it was totally flipped around. When I got to high school, I never took
No,
my
yeah,
lunch.
you're right. I didn't.
Well, that's because, like, you guys still had good stuff. My freshman year, when y'all were still there for the 1 year, like, they had the good stuff, but then the next year, Michelle Obama fucked it all up with healthy stuff. So it
God
took
rest
away
her
all-
soul.
Yeah, fuck her.
Dude, where I went my freshman year of high school, it was a college cafeteria that we shared, and it was like a buffet, and it was $5.50
man.
for lunch, and it was fucking the shit. There was a pizza bar where you could get like fresh pepperoni cheese or like supreme or whatever else. There was a salad bar that had anything you could want with like nice dressings and bacon bits. There was a fucking like sandwich bar, and then there was like a fucking like food of the day bar where sometimes they'd have like Mexican food or Chinese food. And it was $5.50 all you could eat every fucking day of the year.
That's
and it
I
was,
hope you made them regret that.
it was the fucking shit.
Oh, that's so good.
It was so good. Like, God, I was fucking spoiled that year. $5.50. You can't fucking
That's a
beat
deal.
that.
That's
yeah.
that's not a deal. That's a steal.
Yeah, well, nowadays, especially, it's a fucking steal. But hell yeah, it was a fucking steal even back then. Man, you can go in there and fucking... I could eat, like, on Mexican days, I could eat, like, burritos until I fucking shit burritos whole. It was the fucking shit.
Dude, we were kind of
Do
chatting
we have
about...
a clip of that?
Yeah.
Please.
And here
Throw
it
it
is.
in. Dude, we were talking nostalgia earlier. What are your thoughts about the old Pizza Hut, man, with the smoking section and the salad bar and the fucking pizza bar?
As close as you can come now, you have to go to Alba Hole. There's no
Yeah.
smoking section, but, like, it's still
That's
old
true.
school Pizza Hut.
It's set up with the hut roof.
Right.
It's always funny seeing buildings that had were a Pizza Hut,
Yeah.
and now they've been transformed into some like Pollo Loco Mexican restaurant. But it's clearly like that was Pizza Hut.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's so obvious. Like, nobody else makes their roofs like Pizza Hut.
True that. I miss it, dude. I miss the old school McDonald's. Now they all look like a fucking boring bank.
There's no playpens or whatever they were. They're whatever they're called in like any of them.
It looks like a fucking boring bank. Why do they all do that now? And you saw like our Taco Bell is getting fucking ruined.
Dude, even the food dog in Low East is getting like totally remodeled.
The
Yeah,
what?
The Food Lion.
Oh, yeah.
I
I totally didn't hear
attempted
what.
to go get a gallon of milk there last night, and they closed early because they were redoing their floors.
Redoing them.
Oh,
Pissed
man.
me off.
We went there tonight, and like in the frozen section, there's like stacks of fucking tiles or some shit to replace the floors, like in the middle of the frozen section. It leaves like the fucking walkway like one cart wide. It's, yeah, times are changing, man. It's scary.
Yeah,
Rest in
it
peace.
sucks.
Like, soon there's going to be nothing that reminds you of the 90s or the early 2000s or anything.
Yeah,
Except the mirror.
true that.
Oh,
I disagree. I don't think beer tastes like it did 20 years ago.
except the mirror. Excuse me. It's you remind yourself of the 90s.
Come on. I love it.
I said except the mirror.
I thought you said except the beer.
No.
Oh, I'm off the Coors Light. Excuse me.
But Coors Light doesn't remind you of the 90s?
No.
Oh, I kind of hope not.
Dude, how about like how fun like cereal boxes used to look when we were kids, and now it's like the most basic BS you've ever seen.
It's like their marketing department says like ChatGPT, make me a cereal box you haven't made before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, they used to like, they would put like the Mylar
Puzzles.
colors. Yeah, puzzles.
Yeah,
You'd have like,
Toys.
oh my God, yeah. I was just like looking at, I found some the other day of mine when Toy Story 2 came out, and Kellogg's would give you like these ugly little like rag dolls of Woody and Buzz and Jesse, Bullseye. Dude, crazy.
If this is going to be the nostalgia episode, like, I touched on it in episode 1, but like old school RuneScape. Eddie, you know what that's about.
Yep, that was rough because that was dial-up.
That was dial-up when it
And-
first came out, wasn't it?
Yeah, like you don't know frustration till you know dial-up. That was it was such a fun game, but it was just so frustrating because of that. And I'm sure like servers were not near as good as they are now to like support something like that.
No, during dial-up, nobody could call your house, and you couldn't call anybody. The phone line was busy.
The odds of that happening, slim to none.
And it's like, if your parents wanted to make a call, you had to get off the internet, which totally just fucked everything you were doing.
Which, yeah, that was a 5-minute process.
Yeah. Yes. Dude, do you remember like the dial-up noise?
Oh no, how did it?
And like punches in a phone number.
We're gonna, yeah.
When it finally clicks in, it's like, you've got mail.
You've got mail.
Dude. Yeah, I didn't have internet at that time. So,
That was,
I don't know nothing about it.
that was smart because it wasn't worth the headache.
Dude, I bet, like, I had a bud who had it, and we would go there, and he would, like, rip CDs. That was always fun to watch. And then when LimeWire came out, that was such a trip for me.
Yeah, I never got good with that.
I didn't either, but that one, when I spent the night at his house, I would get my MP3 player and just get all of it.
Everything, yeah, that's how you did it. You had the one friend that was good at it, and like,
Exactly.
hey, give me what you got.
Dude, absolutely. And then you'd get the wrong ones. Like, I remember one, like, it said, like, you know, Black Betty from Ram Jam.
Yeah.
Oh, Black Betty. It said it was Leonard Skinner. I'm like, no fucking way, dude. That's Ram Jam.
And then it's always got like some random like
This is the remix.
Britney Spears song that dude's like, hey, sorry, my sister wanted some songs too. Like,
Yeah.
whatever, I'll take them.
Exactly.
They're not that bad after all.
Dude, totally. A little Celine Dion in there.
Fucking LimeWire ate up my desktop computer so bad with viruses, and thank God it was during like the trend. This might have even been during FrostWire, you know, which came after LimeWire, right?
Yeah.
Like, and thank God my parents had transitioned into laptops at that time and no longer used the desktop computer because I would have probably gotten in trouble. But I had fucked with LimeWire and FrostWire so much, like when you booted up my computer, it just took you to a black screen.
Fuck.
And like to do anything on it, because I used it, you'd have to Control-Alt-Delete, open up Task Manager, and like open up a Windows Explorer.
This is all with a black screen.
With a black screen, just so you could access like the rest of the computer. Because if you turned it on, you just think it was dead because it just brought up like a black screen.
How did you figure that combination out?
Trial and error, my friend.
Fair
When
enough.
you want to watch porn and you're 14,
Nothing will stop you.
Nothing's gonna hold you back.
That's rad.
It was.
That's words of wisdom right
It
there.
was
totally.
high times and low places.
Cut the episode.
Yeah.
Oh man, there's 7,921 ways to say it, folks. But that is Are You Dust. Join us next time.
Facts. Dude, I would get mine from the neighbors on my PSP since we didn't have internet. Our neighbors had internet, so that's where we would find the good stuff.
PSP's a good spot.
PSP, yeah.
It was awesome. I love that little jewel.
It was a really underrated system that was like way ahead of its time.
Oh, dude, you
That
could
was
save
its issue.
MP4s, MP3s. You could play music on it, save videos. Dude, back then you could go on YouTube and like hold it down and save the videos straight to the PSP. And it didn't have much memory, so you had to get you a new card or whatever. But that was so freaking cool.
I actually bought a PSP in the last like 4 months.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's great. I bought it just to play Final Fantasy War of the Lions with my brother.
Oh, that's sick, dude. Mine's white with Darth Vader on the back.
Yeah,
It was like the limited
Fancy.
edition 2007.
that's probably worth like $300,
Yeah.
$400 now.
Maybe. It's crazy how much everything is worth from back then.
Oh.
It's like, what? It didn't even seem like long ago at all.
Retro video games are like a hot commodity right now. I mean, like with everything, the prices have went up, but like they're only gaining in popularity. You know what I mean? 'Cause,
Absolutely.
like they're becoming more scarce.
Dude, the Guitar Hero guitars are
Yes.
worth so much. I'm like, what the fuck is so rare about the guitar?
Dude, I was telling Remy earlier.
We used to
there's-
break those every weekend.
Yeah, there's
That was the issue.
there's this spot in Huntersville called Video Game World that's probably like, I don't know, a 40-minute drive from here. And when I first started going there, like over 10 years ago, they wouldn't even take Guitar Hero 2 guitars because they had so many. And like, you know, they'd take the game for like a few dollars. And they're like really fair there, but they're only, like, it's not like GameStop where it's like, yeah, this is worth 18 cents. Like, they'd give you what they could pay for it and then turn around and make money off of it, even when they had an oversaturated collection. But they had so many Guitar Hero 2 guitars and Wii fitness boards. Like, they just wouldn't take them anymore. But yeah, like a Guitar Hero 2 guitar now, Like, you might pay like over $100 for one of those shit.
Absolutely. We were looking for a whole setup not too long ago because we wanted to play, but man, you're going to be throwing in some good cash. Man.
Yeah.
At that point, you could just buy a whole set of actual instruments.
Exactly.
Dude, and it sucks too with Guitar Hero. Like, there's no emulators for that shit because the controller's like half the game. So if like,
Exactly.
if you don't have the guitar, you don't have shit.
I know this is like well beyond our capabilities. However, in theory, you could 3D print it these days.
You could.
Like, that wouldn't be a massive task for somebody who knew what they were doing, which is like, that's something massive within itself. But like, that's something someone can do from their garage.
And folks, if you know how to print us off a 3D Guitar Hero 2 guitar that can plug into a PlayStation 2, please send us an email to rudust@gmail.com. We'll probably pay you.
Along with a dick pic.
Yeah.
Yes.
Will you go suck their cock this time?
Yes. I'll suck their cock, pussy.
Fuck, I've had to do it the last few times. I don't want to do it anymore.
And speaking of sucking cock, for every like on this video or any of the other ones we get, Aaron will come and suck your cock. I personally guarantee it with a money back guarantee.
I don't like this new slogan.
So
he's been using that one on the last few. That one's really, really gross.
And I'll probably do it at the end of the episode, but please go on YouTube, Apple Podcast, Pandora Music, Spotify,
iHeartRadio,
YouTube. Yeah, listen, like, subscribe, follow. Please just fucking do it.
Dude.
Just fucking write a review. Just fucking throw up a thumbs
Absolute
up.
shameless.
I mean, Aaron will suck your dick.
Fuck, dude, tell everyone you know.
What is this?
I just liked it.
Oh, thank
Beautiful.
you. Will you write us a review?
I mean, it's a comment. It's on YouTube.
We'll take that.
Absolutely, dude.
Yeah.
Every one of yous, go tell your bestest of friends.
Just not your mom.
Yeah, sit down with them, play your favorite part, be like, listen to these guys.
And if you hate all of it, just do it anyway.
What our problem is. Whoa. Here it comes.
Turning in the
That's not fair.
And I'm Aaron.
Fuck.
You were supposed to say, and I'm Mr. Shroom.
Oh, I'm Mr. Shroom.
No, you fucked it up.
Sorry about
the
that.
moment's gone.
Man, I should go get a noose.
That would make for a good episode.
Dude.
I'm just saying.
You want to strap me up?
Holy shit, that might be the video with the most views.
Dude, that might be the last episode.
That might be.
That's a way to go out.
No, if I can just get your phone, like, to for the Face ID, we'll have a couple more episodes after that one.
True that.
Like, one of us will be able to figure it out and stream some episodes together.
Still, yeah.
So, Eddie, we talked a couple episodes ago, and also, I think, slightly hinted on the last one, a couple weeks ago night, where you joined us later with Aaron and Jeremy and myself, and Aaron was just too turned, and what he was turned off of is just what is, what does. But can you describe Aaron that night?
Aaron in...
Fuck.
We'll say one word, was lost.
There you have it.
Lost.
I would say that's the word of the whole experience.
He's lost. But the good news is, like, he was looking for himself, looking for the light, the good time.
Yep.
And
he found his way back.
found his way back, yeah.
Right on.
He was wandering through the woods. He was like me, just wandering through the woods.
And all of a sudden, he
Yeah.
popped out and said, I'm back.
I'm back.
I'm good. I know what's going on.
Dude, it took a while.
We'll always emerge.
Dude, still, yeah. So we got to do that again.
Yeah.
Soon.
Absolutely. Dude, I'll be prepared this time. I just got to be prepared for it. I was telling him, like, I haven't got a chance to see you yet, but, dude, I expected it to be a little something, because I didn't think we took a whole bunch, and, man, it was just a whole lot of...
Bum, bum, bum.
Yeah, it was just...
Yeah, famous last words, right?
Dude, it just hit way harder than I thought. It was
Yeah.
one of those to where, like, I wish I would have planned for this, because this is this is an experience. This isn't just a hangout.
That's kind of what
This is a life
Shroom
changer.
mentioned the first time. Is like those have like a good kick for what they are.
They kick me in the ass.
And they're talking about nothing and everything at the same time.
We're talking about vitamins, dude.
Vitamin D, vitamin B.
Vitamin
Give us a
D's
like on our
nuts.
video.
But no, that was a good time.
Yes, it was.
It was a good
It was a
time.
good time.
Dude, and a week later, off the dust, but still technically on the dust, me and Eddie went for a duo mission, and we hit the block. And as soon as we got done hitting the block, it was like, welcome back to reality, even though we stayed up until like 3:30 in the morning with Eddie telling me about his fucking military days. You should tell some military stories, bro. Tell them one about looking up at the stars. That shit got me high when you told me about it.
The stars. So this is probably now I won't even call myself a junior or amateur astronomer. I just enjoy looking at the stars. The stars are fun to look at. But this is probably what mostly sparked said interest. So we were doing a training exercise, and we were out in the desert of California. This is right next to where Joshua Tree is at, and there's a Marine Corps base, 29 Palms, right there. I think it's actually like attached to 29 or to Joshua Tree, but it's out there in the middle of nowhere. And we're sitting there waiting on helicopters to come, and it's like it's sometime at night. I don't think it was like it doesn't matter. It was nighttime. And we're standing by. There's nothing to do. It's just wait. We've got our helmets on with our night vision on, and we were a lucky unit to be the test unit for these new night vision goggles, and they were absolutely amazing. Like, the originals were passed down through the last probably 20 years of guys, so they're all beat up and just were never good to begin with. Like, you can use them, however, they're very frustrating. The new ones, on the other hand, are, absolutely amazing. They're what all the cool units use, as in, like, the SEALs and everything. And these, like, night vision goggles, I put them on, and we're just laying down on the ground, and I look up at the sky, and I swear to you, I could see every star in the universe. Like, the sky was already super clear. You're out in the middle of the desert. You can see a lot of stars as is. Like, imagine the clearest night here times probably 2. That's what you could already see. But then you threw those night vision goggles on, and
see an alien scratching its ass.
Yeah, all of the stars were just shining. It was just an amazing sight. The whole sky lit up. And that was just a fun moment, because, like, in the moment, I had absolutely nothing to do, just sitting there, just staring up at the beautiful sky, and very relaxing and serene.
That sounds delicious.
It was.
Is that not the most beautiful story?
That's
Yes.
fantastic.
Ever.
It was very therapeutic, and I knew in the moment. That was a fun part too. Is like I knew in the moment, like, this is good. This is chill. Like, I've got nowhere to be. I've got nothing to do. No responsibility. Like, in 5 minutes, I know I've got shit to do. But right now, not a thing. Just sit here, and my only job is to look up at these stars.
Exactly. That's so good.
And look up at the stars. I did.
When Eddie told me that, like, that shit got me high.
That's freaking beautiful.
Yeah, that was we were lucky there, because those if I could somehow get my hands on some of those night vision goggles, like, I would, because those things were on another level.
You think you could sign back up, go in, get those, and then get back out? Bring them over here?
I could.
But you won't.
However,
Do it for the dust.
let me think about it. If AA Ron comes through with some of his promises, maybe I'll consider.
He's gonna suck y'all's dicks, y'all.
That's crazy as hell.
Oh, as long as you don't get shit on the end of your nose.
Dude,
Oh no.
that's the craziest story. I still can't get over it.
It's disgusting.
Have you heard
So
about this one?
nasty.
I don't think so.
Dude, so
Ugh.
Jeremy, he gave us one of his embarrassing stories, and you want to tell him?
Yeah.
I don't use this kind of language.
Well, for starters, he mentions it's a black girl, right? And they're fucking, and in like the middle of it, he goes to eat her out from behind. And as he sticks his face in her pussy and his nose goes in like her asshole, he feels something like wet on the end of his nose and like goes back and realizes it's shit. He gets this girl shit on his face. On his face.
Rest in peace.
And obviously immediately is disgusted.
Okay, at least we're moving in the right direction.
And he's like, and I tried to keep going. He describes this girl as having huge tits. And he's like, and I tried to reach around, grab a little boobage, you know, because like he's like, I'm going soft at this point. And he's like, I tried to grab some boobage and keep it going. He's like, that wasn't working. So he's like, he stuck it in like half hard. And like after 20 seconds pretended to just nut so he could like get out of the situation as fast as possible.
Douche chills. Just all up my spine, dude. That's the craziest thing I ever heard. And then, I mean, do you want to say anything about that?
I want to say that I have never felt so bad for an individual.
Right?
It's just horrible. But then, he outdid himself 2 weeks ago. Dude, this fucking guy, he told me and Shroom that he kissed a boy.
And liked it.
What do you
He didn't
say?
say he liked it, but he did say he kissed a boy.
Yeah, he said him and his girlfriend and his bud and their girlfriend was like, I bet you guys won't kiss. So they just were like, hey, what the fuck? Let's do it.
You know, I've seen weirder.
I'm not doing that.
Yeah, guys can get weird in a very like non-homo way sometimes.
I was about to say harmless way.
Yeah,
it's just
but,
like one
like-
of those like free things that I'm just a little too tight for.
Yeah. It's like, but do we have to?
I know. It's just like just because you can doesn't mean you should.
That's the right words.
Yeah, I'm with you 100%.
Dang.
I was stunned when I
So-
heard that one. That one took my breath
So
away.
back to the first part though.
Ooh.
Should he dislike the chick for that? Because I mean that's a hygiene standard right
Dude,
there.
here's the deal though with
Guarantee you
that.
swipe my crack right now, you ain't finding shit.
Right.
No pun intended.
If that ever happened, I would be devastated and I would never talk to her again.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's just what I would do.
I mean, if you get shit on your nose, like...
But I'm not eating you from the back either.
Yeah.
I'll just straight on that one.
Like, how do you explain to her, like, hey, you just ghost her?
Yeah.
I guess you gotta.
Dude, I always feel bad about that, but I
I
have
know.
in the past. And then they'll hit you up like years later and ask why.
Because you shit on my nose.
Oh, yeah, I'm talking
Yeah,
about
I
others.
got you. Yeah.
But that would be horrible.
I hope that happens to him and he's honest.
Oh man,
Because, you know, honesty is an awesome policy.
It's a virtue.
that's true.
Yeah.
That's the
So
word
is
you were looking
patience.
for.
But
I always wanted to say that in like a bumper of our show that like if we ever find out somebody came on here and told us a lie about a story, they should be like beat on the show. And that's me included. Like if I ever told a story and y'all found out like it was fake, like we should be jumped. That should be illegal.
shit.
It should be illegal to tell.
I swear I looked at the
bullshit.
stars. I swear I looked at the
absolutely.
stars.
I believe everything that y'all have ever said and everybody else that's ever been on here.
Couldn't agree more. Eddie, you want to tell us a story then real quick?
No.
Does he get to play the game?
Dude, yeah, I need to go get my phone.
So how about Diddy and the Freak-Offs?
That's crazy as
I
hell.
haven't looked it up anymore, like followed along with it, but it's still just the fact that they've got a name of Freak-Offs
Yeah.
it blows my mind.
Yeah, that's crazy. So is he is locked up as we speak?
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure they were bringing him from the courtroom or from the like jail to the courtroom.
Right on. I need to get deeper into it. I haven't even looked at it at all.
Every
I just
couple of
kinda hear
days,
about it.
I'll watch like a YouTube video of like the highlights, but
Yeah.
a lot of those YouTube videos are stupid long and they like go into detail. I'm like, give me the wave tops. I don't really care to know the details of Diddy's
Exactly.
escapades.
Yeah, no doubt. What's up, dude? We were just talking about Diddy.
Do you relate to him?
Absolutely not.
That's a fucked up situation.
It really is.
Did you know for the sample he took from I'll Be Missing You?
Yeah,
He has
from
to pay
Sting.
he has to pay that dude like $2,000 a day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
That dude is set for life.
Yeah. 200 or $2,000 a day is what, like $712,000 a year? Like,
Fuck, you're good at math, dude.
Yeah, truly.
That was so impressive.
that one's all right. That's just
How'd you do that without ChatGPT?
Sure.
Ah.
All right, we're not going to talk about college for a second. All right, Eddie, are you ready?
Ready as Eddie can be.
For our new listeners out there, we're about to play the Don't Turn Into Dust game. It's pretty simple. It's a this or that game. You get two choices. You make the right choice, you live. If you make the wrong choice, you die. If you want a second life, you have to tell an embarrassing story about yourself that only Aaron and I can deem worthy enough to grant you said second life. So with all that being said, Eddie, you come to a fork in the path. You go left or right.
Right.
You're thirsty. You find a Dr. Pepper and a twisted tea on the ground. Which one do you drink?
The twisted tea.
It's cool, refreshing, and takes the edge off. You find a crack rock on the ground. Do you smoke it or throw it behind you?
What the fuck was that?
You smoked that shit!
That's crazy as hell.
You smoke it and you feel energized.
Woo!
And you pick up speed. Do you come across a fabricator who's offering a job? Do you take the offer, steal the work truck?
Steal that shit.
Do you get away and continue on the path? You wreck the work truck, you get out, and some dude named Logan is screaming from the trunk.
Please!
Do you let him out or ignore him?
Ignore.
Please!
You keep walking and you hear him scream, "Man, I'm going home." A lady cop walks up and tells you to stop where you are. Do you tell her to stop being a cunt or place your hands behind your back?
Stop being a cunt.
She shakes her head and arrests some guy named Chandler instead. You hear music and follow the sound to find out Breaking Benjamin's playing a concert in the woods. Do you stop and listen or call him gay?
That's gay.
You call him gay and keep going. Jared Leto hops out from behind a tree and says 30 seconds to Mars is better.
I am Jared Leto.
You suddenly find yourself in Bisco at the vape shop. Do you buy Magic Man or a pre-rolled blunt?
Magic Man.
You get lost in the sauce on Magic Man and get fired from your vape store job, but at least you're still alive. The Magic Man's got you feeling depressed. Next door there's a Mexican wedding, and next to that there's a black bar. Do you go in the Mexican wedding or the black bar?
Black bar.
You buy everybody around a vodka, but
But they
nobody
don't
will
drink.
drink with you. You drink all the shots by yourself. You black out and end up getting raped in the butt by Mr. Skin. You bleed out and die. Game over. Eddie, would you like to tell an embarrassing story about yourself and get a second life?
No. Nobody's told us no yet. I'm waiting for that one.
I don't know, because I don't have any more I'm not embarrassed of shit.
Come on. In the town when I was born, lived a man who sailed the sea, and he told us of his life in the land of something, something.
We all live in the yellow submarine.
Come on.
Yellow submarine.
Uh-huh.
Yellow submarine.
I said.
We all live in the yellow submarine. Yellow submarine. Yellow submarine.
Ain't on. That rips.
And I took a dick in the butt. It was good. I busted a nut.
Right.
What do you think they were on?
Man, everything.
Shit, yeah. They were on meditation. They were on LSD.
They were hanging out
heroin,
with the Maharishi.
Maharishi.
Fuck.
They were off that shit.
Dude, what's y'all's favorite Beatles song?
Eleanor Rigby.
Oh, cool.
Dude, have you ever heard the Godhead cover?
I don't think so.
Oh my god, I gotta play that for you. It turns Eleanor Rigby into what it should be. And I mean that in the best way. It's so gnarly.
That's a crazy statement.
And I can prove it to you.
But to me, it'll never beat the Beatles.
No,
it could
no.
be great, though.
I'm gonna play that shit for you.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Yeah, come on. What a classic. That's crazy.
What's your favorite?
Yeah, what's your favorite?
My favorite... Dude, there's so many. I got the Beatles tatted on my arm. I don't really think they have a bad tune, but I'll give you some favorites. Like, we talked about in the earlier episode, We Can Work It Out. That's one of my all-time favorites. But there's a lot off of the Hard Day's Night record that just kill me. They're so good.
What's the Beatles song that's like, lifting latches on our way
Yeah.
back?
Two of us, right? Yeah, Two of Us off the Let It Be record.
And there's the other one, like, heaven has a place for those who pray. Hey, hey, hey.
Mrs. Robinson?
Mrs. Robinson.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Okay, Edward.
Yeah, that was awesome, Edward.
Yeah, Mrs. Robinson's a good one.
Yeah, that's so good.
That's a beautiful song. So what's your favorite song there, Edward? By the Beatles.
I'd go with... I'm a very mainstream fan. I can't say I know the deep cuts.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go with Hey Jude.
Beautiful.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
You can't not like it.
Yeah, that's exactly it. But yeah, just instant classic.
Okay, motherfucker, do you have an embarrassing story?
I don't.
I wanted him to play the game again.
Game over.
Game over. Permanently.
So none of you guys watched the Beatles movie that came out like a year ago or so that was like 12 hours, 18 hours long?
No.
Dude, I watched the whole thing. The dude who made Lord of the Rings or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
He's the one who did it.
Was it Pete Jackson or something?
Yeah, Peter Jackson.
Peter Jackson.
The very same. Dude, he made it. They found all this footage, like 40 hours worth, from the 1969 sessions at Abbey Road Studios. Dude, in all this quality, he, like, redid it. I don't know if it was with, like, AI, like, upscale, or whatever the fuck he did. Dude, it is killer. It's worth the watch. It's very cool seeing, like, John Lennon and George Harrison.
So is it all just like raw footage, or is
Yeah.
it like documentary style, or is like...
Dude, it is just raw footage, but, like,
Damn.
mixed into, like, professional looking.
Yeah.
It's awesome. There's, like, this calendar, and it goes into, like, each day, like, in and out, and
Okay.
it'll check it off. And they're leading up to that concert they played on the roof, and that was the last show they ever played. And you get to see all of that. It's unbelievable.
It's pretty gnarly.
Yeah, I didn't know it existed. I thought I'd seen everything. But then they come out with that. It's like, man.
Here we are.
Yeah.
Hey, Aaron, there's this documentary called Magic Trip that I think you would really like. It's like my favorite documentary of all time.
Oh, beautiful.
And it's how like the 60s got like kicked off, like being like the psychedelic haze that they are.
I'd love to see it.
The CIA?
No, it's about Ken Kesey, who's like a great American writer. He wrote One Who Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Can't say it rings a bell.
It's like, it's big American literature, right?
Yeah.
And him and these like group of people who call themselves the Merry Band of Pranksters. They make a school bus, right? They drive this school bus like across the United States from like, I want to say like upper East Coast to California, to where there's another dude that was big into psychedelics at the time that I'm not going to be able to think of his name. Leary. Maybe? Doesn't matter. But they drive it across the United States, and the bus is called Further. And they, like, make it all psychedelic, and they drop, like, acid the entire way across and, like, record the whole thing. And there's, like, audio and footage from the fucking trip. And it's beautiful. Because it's in, like, the late 60s, because the way they explain it, like, you know, you think of the 60s, and, like, people weren't, like, dropping acid like mainstream in like the early 60s. The early 60s looked a lot like the 50s, you know, like very like clean cut America, like strong moral values, you know, like the man goes to work and the woman stays home with the kids or whatever, and it's like little picket, you know, white picket fence houses.
Yeah.
And like this shit happens, and like it like kicks off. Oh, like they get up with like the Grateful Dead and perform like the acid test. But it like starts this fucking like you know, like free thinking, drug taking like era, which like now when you think of like the 60s or 70s, like that's what you think of. That's why we think of it, yeah.
Dude, but pretty coolly, like you put it, you said like the early 60s, pretty dull.
Yeah,
it looked
like the 50s.
Dude, but somebody who was born in the 40s put it like this, and this is amazing. In 64, when the Beatles came to America, they said when they saw that on Ed Sullivan, it was like putting color on black and white, is how they put it, which I thought was killer.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, right on. That's just so sick. And like, dude, they have this video of a camera crew when the Beatles came. They like took cameras to people's houses who were watching it live. It was like the most viewed thing ever at the time. And dude, just seeing it, I didn't know any of that existed either. But seeing like 1964 ladies freaking out over the TV with these dudes with the bowl cuts or it's so cool, dude. And then like Zeppelin shortly thereafter, the Stones. And then I'm not a big Pink Floyd guy, but I have to say, dude, the other night or the other week when we were doing that, when Wish You Were Here came on and we were all laying on the ground, that was a pretty magical moment. And then Shrooms showed up and he was playing music, and it was like, dude, these freaking... I
ruined it.
Dude, it was so crazy. It was like freaking connections just getting in the way and crossing each other. It was like...
Static.
It was crazy because we could feel it.
I muted that shit when I walked up on y'all, for the record.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was fucking vibing so hard by myself. I was like in the best mood ever, and I've got like Now Is Gold by Infected Mushroom playing.
Come on.
And I walk up on y'all, and y'all are listening to like Floyd, dude. And I was like, mute.
Man, we used to geek out on the Crank Sauce, me and Felop and Dalton, and dude, he threw on Dark Side of the Moon, and we just let it play while we were tweaking, and fuck, dude, Dalton started losing it on that one where it's like like that.
But it was that one.
Yep. If you know the album, you know exactly what I mean. What is that one called? Fucking Time.
Edward, one last chance. Do you have a story for us?
An embarrassing.
We've stalled long fucking enough.
Hey, I can't say I was honestly thinking about a story there.
Paperback
rider. You need like 5 other dudes.
I want to hear Mrs. Robinson now.
I want to hear them all right now. This is like when we talked about him. I had to go home and listen to it on the ride home. I'm going to do that tonight with the Beatles. Dude, fucking... I did it all just for you.
Oh, just for her.
I did it all just for her. That's the second song he played when I saw him live, dude. And the chicks just shrieked, dude. They like lost their minds for a second.
Love's heart is
For me and my
poison girl. That's a fucking great hymn
Oh
song. That's one of my favorites. Oh, now I want to hear Resurrection.
I'm telling
It's so
you.
fucking gay. You can't play music. Like it's copyright and shit.
I know. That's so bugs. We gotta just sing it to him.
Yeah. Fucking, how does the hook of Resurrection go? And fuck, I'm just off the chorus lights, folks. I know this song.
I know, dude. We're like catching it right out of gear. I was sitting here thinking about For You off the first record. In the grace of your love, I wish my voice could go deeper like his. What a rip.
He's got, in the first two records, it's like a kind of like upbeat. It's like almost a little Mexican. It's got a little like cucaracha flair to it. In the maelstrom of love, waiting for... That wasn't the one I was thinking of.
Salt
That's
in
the
Our
one.
Wounds.
Salt in
That's
Our
a
Wounds
great
is
one, dude.
Good, yeah.
Great.
Resurrection. We've been begging for more on this resurrection.
Oh, yes.
And I touched your face, and all that was erased.
Fuck,
You
yeah.
smiled like an angel.
Thank you, that's
Falling
copyright.
from grace, we've been a slave to this love from the moment we've touched. We've been begging for more on this resurrection. Yeah, I just had to get there.
Dude, that's delicious. That's a pretty good impression, too.
Thanks, man.
Hell yeah.
It wasn't anything, but I appreciate it.
We should take you to the studio someday.
Absolutely.
It loves like a razor blade kiss.
Sweet.
God, it's so good.
They are. What the fuck? I wish we had music like that these days.
Mm.
What the fuck?
If we had some of those, this is that, and this was this, we could just fucking lean the seats back and fucking
Listen to
to
him.
I could do that for probably the next 3 hours.
Oh, that'd be radical, dude. Just put on some freaking... 'Cause there's heartache every moment.
Oh, dude. So, like, okay. It's not my favorite, but it's in my top 3. But I could probably say, objectively, that is the greatest hymn song there is.
Dude,
Heartache every moment.
It's perfect.
Like, it is perfect.
It really is.
Every fucking piece of that is like fucking Michelangelo,
Oh, yeah.
Picasso, and the greatest musician of all time got together and like pissed on a canvas.
Yeah.
And they stepped back, and it was a masterpiece.
Absolutely.
It's just, heartache every moment.
Oh.
From ashes to ashes.
From lust to dust. That's Are You Dust?
Yeah, that's what they were talking about.
Exactly.
Ugh!
No heaven.
Fucking
can
cut this
help
shit. I
us.
just want to go listen to him. Right
I'm
now.
telling you. Later,
God,
folks.
I feel awake now. Let's do another one after this.
Yeah. Up yours, dude. We're out of here.
Yeah, this is Are You Dust. Send us an email.
I'm sitting here trying to think of some old hymn, dude. Like, how about Your circle of fear is the same? That's
Yeah,
good.
that's an alright
I
one.
can't think of the words, but man, it's there. They have so many good ones, and I can't think of any of them.
All right, Edward, you're forfeiting the game show. No embarrassing story.
Edward,
Edward.
I'll tell you what.
Edward.
Let's just fucking send it.
Ah.
I'm gonna cheat. The Magic Man's Got You Feeling Depressed next door. There's a Mexican wedding, and next to that, there's a black bar. Do you go in the Mexican wedding or the black bar?
We'll go. Let's try for that Mexican wedding.
You party with the Vatos and do many shots of tequila. You end up throwing up on your feet and you stumble back into the woods. I just want people to make it to the uncharted territory,
Dude, right?
and nobody has tonight. The trees start turning black and white, and you realize the acid you dropped earlier is kicking in. You try and remember what day is it, May 11th or May 12th?
May 11th.
You remember it's May 11th and the vibes are good. You decide to take some mushrooms too. The shrooms are starting to kick in and you start tripping balls. You hear 4 voices ask who's got the answers. Do you answer them or ignore them?
You answer them.
You repeat out loud, who's got the answers? Mr. Skin walks out behind a tree and says, I've got the answers. He pins you down, rapes you in the butthole, you bleed out and die. Game over!
He always has the answers.
He's a menace.
Fuck.
And that's the game show, folks.
So keep on pretending.
Has anybody told a story this episode? I guess Edward told one about the stars, right?
They did a line.
Fuck, dude.
Do we have a drug story we can hit him with?
I don't know if it's a drug story or not, but I'll tell you, I don't hope I haven't told this one. I went to Sonic in 2016. I go to the bathroom to wash my hand before I feast.
Bold move, Cotton.
Did you get shit on your nose?
No, sir, I did not, but I walked right out that door and I spat. A worker lady was walking out at the same time.
No.
Spat right in her mouth.
What?
Not in her mouth, but on her face.
Oh, dude.
Dude, I go, oh my fucking God, I'm so sorry. And she wipes it off, dude, and smiles and said, it's no problem. And walks in the bathroom. That's one of the craziest things ever.
Dude, you could have had AIDS or something.
I don't, but I could have. Absolutely.
You could have.
Yeah.
That poor woman just went in that bathroom and like her day was so bad that like she couldn't even cry.
Dude, I guarantee you, I was devastated. I went back to the car and told everyone what happened, and they were just distraught.
Oh. And then Aaron's like, calling Sonic, yeah, can you give me that chick's number from 2016 that likes to get spit on?
Yeah.
I'd like to get back in touch with her.
Fuck, dude, she was pretty good looking, too. I felt so bad about it, because that's gross. That would make me fucking sick.
That's horrible, yeah.
If anybody did that to me, I don't like being spat on. I can't believe some people do.
Some people pay for it.
That's what I'm saying. It's so weird to me. Like, that's just gross.
I think you can buy, like, spit in a jar these days.
Dude, people are so gross. Like, it blows my mind.
Hey, man.
Come on.
Should this be the God episode, or are we still not there? I don't know. Should this be the God episode of Aaron?
Whatever you prefer. God's cool.
Eddie, are you feeling a God discussion?
Are we going to come out of the closet?
Look, I've been your buddy for 25 years now.
Something like
it. And you're still not out yet. So, if you're not there with God yet, you're not going to be there with me.
Oh.
But do you want to talk about just God in general? You don't have to talk about your personal relationship with him and how you're attempting to lie to him.
Maybe we should keep it lighter and talk about, like, Chuck E. Cheese. Why the fuck did he go from chunky till he looks anorexic now?
Wait, I didn't know that there was a physical representation of it.
Oh, man, it's so fucked. I'm glad you don't know, because you got to check it out when we're done, dude. You remember old Chuck E. Cheese from when we were kids. Just awesome looking. Now he looks like a fucking retarded little skinny rat, dude. He looks like like a freaking crankhead. I'm serious.
He's off the magic, man.
They have ruined the magic everywhere. Even Chuck E. Cheese, where a kid can be a kid, my eye, where a druggie can be a fucking rat. That's what it looks like to me.
And eat pizza all day.
Dude, yeah, no more electronical band, nothing. That was scary as a kid, but...
You know Remy's afraid of animatronics?
Really? I was as a kid, but now I just kind of want them in my house. just to take me back to a simpler time.
Walk out in the backyard and it's like Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah.
Play.
What's up, dudes?
I guess she's not a big fan of Carowinds or Disney.
No, she loves them both. I should have been more specific. It's animatronics, specifically underwater. That's like her worst fear is like being.
They don't work underwater.
Okay, I get that. But like, being in water she can't see the bottom of, but animatronics like coming to life in the water.
Oh, that's killer.
Quite the.
That's alarming.
That's quite the imagination.
Yeah,
that's killer.
But she's like, if that shit's out there, I'm not gonna be a part of it.
Has she ever dreamed that?
Probably.
scenario, that'd be insane, dude. I have this one dream of when I was a kid, dude. It has stuck with me for life. Our old cat, he's been dead since '07. This dude,
Rest in peace.
yeah, absolutely. What a legend. This fucker, he had boxing gloves on, dude, and he was fighting me. He wouldn't let me out the door. We were trying to go to the mall.
And this was a nightmare?
I guess. I kind of liked it.
Okay.
Whoa.
But, dude, it was so weird. Like, he was standing up on his back legs, and he had these red boxing gloves on. Just like, dude, you ain't going nowhere.
And he's like
Wait,
life size,
the
like
cat is
our size.
boxing?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I guess.
Yeah, he didn't want me to leave, I guess, was what I was getting from the story.
He's trying to tell you something. He's trying to say don't go to the mall.
Yeah.
Yeah. I woke up, though. Told my brother about it. He remembers it. It's always funny. He's like, with the red boxing gloves? I'm like, hell yeah. The very same.
Was the cat singing from ashes to ashes?
Man, he wasn't
Dust to
saying,
dust?
he wasn't saying nothing. He just looked angry.
So we're not going to do the God talk?
I'm down. Okay with it.
Eddie's down.
I don't have
Yeah,
a whole lot.
whatever you
to,
prefer. I don't care.
to say there. Like
Who wants to kick it off?
my 2 cents
Yeah.
is like much with my opinion of strangers is like, hey, if you don't bother me, I won't bother you. That's my opinion essentially. Of like, unless you can somehow, without a doubt, prove to me, then like I'm not gonna exert time for something that's a maybe.
But you have to put time into it, though.
As like elaborate.
I don't know. You gotta I think you just have to have some one-on-one time.
When I was a young teen, I was big in church, and like I would say that I gave it an honest chance. It just never really resonated with me, so like I just kind of rolled on to the next song, I guess. But yeah, nothing really ever stuck with me. Like I've never had any profound experience per se.
Yeah.
I've honestly never done any like real in-depth research either of like what's physically been found or like what is known.
Mm-hmm.
Cause I'm big on like you gotta know. You can't just feel something. For me personally, like if you feel some kind of way, like have at it. There's millions of people that do. So
Oh, totally. I'm the same way. Feel how you feel, but I just have my experiences that I've had, and that's just what I go on.
Yeah.
But if I didn't have that, I'd be probably looking at it the exact same way, like, huh?
Wait, so Eddie, let's clarify.
Yeah.
Does that mean, let's put it in basic terms, do you believe there is a God? That just like you said, like you do your thing, I'll do mine?
I think he's just hitting it with a question mark.
Yeah, that's a great like indifferent, as in like I am open
Yeah.
to there is one, there are many, there are like who knows what, like until I'm not necessarily seeking something, and I'm also not like.
But you're not one of those that like roast people. Like, you believe in a sky daddy. That's crazy stuff that I'm just like, whoa, dude, we don't know what's out here. Like, being so like, it's crazy to me because we don't know. But not knowing, totally cool.
So, Edward, that would put you in the like agnostic.
Yeah.
Category.
Yeah.
Maybe not. I don't know.
Somewhere in there.
All right.
Yep, not a big church guy. I've never been a big fan. Every time I'm there, a lot of judging. I don't like it.
Yeah.
Yep, one of the members said my father looked like Satan himself. I was like, you fucking know him, huh?
Quite the statement.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
Yeah.
So that made me hate that place. I went to another one and I saw some weirdos get down and they act like, maybe they're not acting, but they act like they're possessed. I just, get the fuck away from
Speaking
me.
in tongues?
Yeah, I can't do that.
Yes.
That creeps me out. I was devastated what I witnessed.
What age were you?
Dude, I was in high school.
Okay, so
I was like, what the
Old enough to make a true impact.
Absolutely. I wanted to get back into church because I felt I wanted to do it for myself. So me and my cousins started going, and I saw that. I was like, I'm out of here. And I never went back since. I haven't been back.
Did you say, hell no?
Yeah, absolutely. I was like, I got to get out of here. But man, my one-on-one time is cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's just been so many instances in my life that it's like, fuck, like, What else could it be? I don't know.
Yeah. No, that's fair.
Did you grow up in the church?
Not really.
No.
So here's what happened. So all we would do is like around Christmas time, we would go to a church and like watch these people sing.
Mm-hmm.
And then that was really it. And then around maybe 8 or 9, we started going to this New Life church, which was really cool. Dad had some buds there. And we started doing that. We did that for when I was in 7th grade and a little tiny piece of 8th grade, and it was done. Then in around 2012 is when I went to that church and saw the weirdness go down. And that was that. And that was a wrap. I did Bible school a little bit during summers.
Yeah.
And that was cool. But I didn't know what the fuck was going on. Like, I remember this one specifically. I didn't want to fucking go to Bible school, and it was at my cousin's school. But during the summer, I wanted to just go and be with him, which he's y'all's age. And I was like a little below that. So I didn't want to go. I didn't know any of these people. So I was just like, put me with him. So they asked this question. It was like, who here has not asked Jesus Christ into their heart? I didn't listen. I was daydreaming about something else. And I kind of look around. I peek out of my eye. We're supposed to be like, have our eyes closed, head down. And I'm kind of looking. I thought I saw a bunch of hands up. So I just throw it up. And she takes me to the side. Come here. You have not asked him into your heart. And I was like, huh? Oh, yeah, I did that.
Wait a second.
I didn't understand the
Sorry
question.
for the confusion.
Yeah, I didn't understand the question. But that's one of my main memories from the old Bible school. That's
So-
not what I wanted to do with my summer. No offense to anybody out there, but I just got thrown into that one.
So what? How did you learn about church? If you like really only went to church,
Yeah.
7th, 8th grade, and a handful of other times. Like, did your family do some?
Yeah, so my
personal studies?
uncle, he's like really big into it, but he's also like who got me into Kiss, you know? So it's like the cool ones. They never made it weird. Like,
Yeah.
It's always just been like a thing that's what it was. But then when I started having some experiences myself, I was like, whoa. Like when I would start praying and stuff would actually happen. Or like we talked about that one time where I kind of got a little punished by the man, I do believe, with the kidney stones and everything back to back when I was out there talking about how it can't get any worse. But he's like, no, fuck that. It can.
Oh, wait, there's more.
I don't know. There's
Billy
just
mazed you.
Billy
Yeah.
mazed you.
Billy mazed you.
There's just a bunch of stuff like that.
If you call in the next 15 minutes.
And then, like, the last car accident I was in, like, even the cop told me, he was like, dude, if that car would have been that much more, like, you would have been out of here. And I'm just like, that's so weird how stuff happens. Could just be luck, but I don't know.
Well, sure.
I don't, like, luck is luck, but also, like, divine intervention is, like, real. Like, the world is not black and white, in my opinion, as we know it. There's definitely something else out there. And my perception of it is, I used to be like Edward, and I would have considered myself agnostic, more probably towards the atheist side. And then I found God on shrooms, like, in all reality. And my perception of God is God, like a Christian would view it, like the ultimate, the all-powerful. You call it the Father, call it the Mother, which is not Christian. But God exists in every living thing. It's almost in a way, I'm sure you both have seen like Star Wars, as silly as that sounds, and how they describe the Force. Again, this is whacked out, but like God exists in every living person, every living thing. God is the universe. It is the I am, it does, it is. God is everything. We're a part of that.
So, correct me if I'm wrong, but what
Yeah.
you're describing is kind of more almost Buddhism-ish? Maybe Hinduism? Where
Is
like
it?
I believe that's like, if I remember correctly, Hinduism was like everything. They're like big on take care of everything. That's why like a lot of like streets are clean wherever Hinduism is usually practiced. Like everything is just immaculate because like they take care of everything because like it's kind of what you're saying if I'm remembering this correctly. Now I'm gonna have to go home and look it up.
Yeah, I'd be interested to know that.
But like literally, like if you have to go chop down a tree to build your house, like you ask forgiveness. You ask like kind of how people will ask like forgiveness for the sacrifice of an animal when they take it, like when you shoot a deer in the woods. Like some people will ask forgiveness or just thankful for that sacrifice of that animal's life. It's the same with like everything. It's not just lives. It's the tree, the like cutting the grass, like everything.
Well, maybe cutting the grass is a bit extreme.
Yeah, like
but and exactly what you're describing is not like on the money what I was saying, but I think it relates to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like everything that's alive, and I mean I think inanimate too, because God is just like God, all powerful, everything, and simultaneously being like a Christian would perceive God, and also just infinite, kind of like just it's everything. In a way, like it's like maybe like a side effect, like you maybe not, in my mind, not apologize for like killing the deer like you said, or like cutting the grass or chopping down a tree. It would be more of like giving thanks,
appreciation.
Yeah, appreciation.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Just like an appreciation, a blessing, like realizing a blessing.
Because, like, I try to pray whenever I can remember it, as shitty as that sounds, like when I'm going to sleep. And, like, if I'm not praying for something, I'm just trying to say, like, thank you for today.
Absolutely.
Like thank you for, like, the air that I breathe. Thank you for my body that works. I can see, I can hear, I can smell, I can taste, I can, whatever. Just, like, simple things we take for granted. But that is my perception of God.
So,
like, and I believe in like karma.
Absolutely.
And like, if you want to get deep, go ahead and say with the because I had a big follow up.
You essentially hit on it there with the karma. My question was like, for you, God, do they like have any interaction per se of like,
yes,
like if your life's off track, you pray a little bit and like and stuff gets better kind of deal? Not like that black and white, obviously, but like you can pray and intentionally make things better, and or
no and yes. No is in like you can't pray for it and will it into reality. I think praying helps. I think everybody in this earth could do with praying, because just like surrendering yourself to something greater is a trait that like everybody could benefit from. But it's not like that. I think God wants you to help yourself. So instead of saying like, I don't know, like your loved one has cancer, like praying for like, chemo to work out and stuff. I think that's great and you should do it. And maybe, you know what I mean? Because like, I think there is, I don't know, a plan maybe that like we don't understand. But like if you're like, I don't know, like I'm really struggling at work, like please God help me. Like God's not going to help you with that. God wants you to help yourself. So instead of saying like, please God help me, like figure out what I'm supposed to do at work, like you should be saying like, please God, like give me like please let me find within myself like the intelligence or the like the strength or the willpower to get better so I can handle the shit that's going on at work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, God's not going to help you with that. You have to help yourself, but God can help you help yourself, if that makes sense.
Yeah, like, will essentially give you the motivation or the determination to...
Not directly.
Yeah, no, not directly, but, like, that's what they're there for, too. I'm going to tell you what I'm willing into existence.
It's more like your relationship with God will get you where you need to be rather than what God's going to do for you directly, because he gave us all free will. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like, God's not going to help you get better. You're going to help you get better. But it's just like, you know, like, none of us can do this alone. And I'm talking about life in general. You know, nobody goes through life alone. You just don't. It's impossible. So, like, you know, maybe you lean on a friend in the most basic of terms. And, like, you pray to God to get better, get stronger, or whatever. And that's what gives you what you need to do better, or whatever. Now, an interesting thing, specifically talking about, like, Christianity and other major religions, is that the story of Jesus exists in multiple religions with virtually the same details, like born on Christmas Day, died, raised 3 days after, born to a virgin mother. Like, that story exists in, like, religions around the world. And that's why I think I have a hard time getting behind, like, a Christian religion specifically, because the story of their, like, savior is duplicated almost verbatim. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Across multiple...
Right. And it's like, how did we all get there? Because chronologically, like, a lot of those religions existed before Christianity did.
And it's just kind of like a blip on their radar, whereas Christianity, that's kind of the start. Or, like, a milestone for them.
Right, especially in, like, where we live, you know, like, Christianity is, like, the golden standard.
Yeah.
But all these other religions, which have probably been out for longer, they have their own, like, Jesus story. I personally think Jesus was real, but I don't think he was, like, the Son of God.
That's where it's hard for me. Is, like, even working on stuff today, I like yes and no answers. Like, I know that's human nature.
Yeah.
But I especially like yes and no answers. I struggle with gray areas, and a lot of religion, like most religions leave some kind of gray area, some intentionally, some not intentionally, whatever the case. But I need yes and no answers, and
sure,
a lot of them just can't and won't give it.
Yeah.
And so, like, that's where I'm just like, I'll just do without and just go on my merry way. But I do agree with you on the point of, like, but most people all people probably would do great with just some kind of something to surrender to look up to
yes,
to kind of give yourself to. Because, yeah, if you don't, like, you need it almost gives you a purpose, so to speak.
Right. Or if not purpose, like a backbone in a way.
Yeah.
Yes. No, I get it. The black and white thing, like, I totally understand that. Like, I need to see some proof. But, like, I think that might be also the point of religion. It, like, you know, humor me for a second. Like, let's say we were placed on this earth by God, which I think we were. But for the ones that are unsure, like, God gave us free will again, right? So it's like religion, your test of faith, like in the word faith itself. like, I think it's up to us to find God. To, you put it as, like, a surrender term. And so, like, it's not meant to be black or white or a yes or no. It's meant to be, like, do you have faith? Like, in this, can you trust me? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I think that's almost, like, the essence of, like, having some religion.
Yeah, that's quite the catch-22.
Right.
It's like you've got to believe without
Seeing.
yeah, without
knowing.
like what you know is factual, or what you like. Yeah, seeing especially because like I feel like humans are very like sight driven. Like that's a big sense, or like any sense for that matter. Because like you're not necessarily smelling or hearing God on a daily basis either. So like
Right.
yeah, without being able to factualize it, you've just got to believe and know.
Yeah. Now, I will say, there was a time in my life, it doesn't happen anymore, and I'm not sure why, but like a brief period in life, let's say this was somewhere between like 5 and 7 years ago. Like, when I would go to sleep at night, I would pray, and, like, I swear, like, I could feel something. Like, I'm not saying I could hear something, I heard voices or anything like that, but I could, like, feel it in my gut.
Oh, yeah, like feel like an energy or a presence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, like, that hasn't happened in a while. And that's not to say I don't still pray, but, like, during that period, maybe I needed it more than I do now. But, like, I could feel it. I could legitimately feel it. Hey, Ron, you've been quiet over there.
I'm just taking it in. I'm just listening to everybody's point of view.
What you got?
Oh, I already told you what I got. I don't really have much more than that.
Yeah.
I dig what you say, though. I'm about the same way, though, when it comes to religion. I don't really care that much about the whole religion thing. I think it's more of just like a relationship with God, whatever that may be.
I couldn't agree more. I think man-made religion,
Yeah, that's pretty
regardless of what
fucked.
it is fucked.
I think so, too.
Yeah, like, whether you believe in the Christian God or whatever else, like, it's about your personal relationship with God.
Absolutely. That's why I don't think the church is that important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's just like a one-on-one thing.
Yeah, like that's the only thing that at the end of the day matters. Like,
Yeah.
why do you... I think also living here has probably tainted me a little bit because it's given me a super biased, like... Or I've seen it from a super biased point of view of, like, one-sided and... Like you say, sometimes not the best examples.
Yeah,
so
totally.
to speak. And of
some of
course,
the worst
that's what you
folk
hear
ever.
about. Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
Just scum.
Let's go berate a waitress at
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
noon.
Exactly. Yeah, I can't stand that. Dude, some of the worst scumbags I've ever seen are the ones that just throw God in your face every 2 seconds. I got some family members that are like that. Just scum of the earth.
Well, just go
I
ahead.
think we all do, bud. If you
Drop
grew up
some
around
names.
here, I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
like we all do. I
That's,
could name 5 off the top of my head.
yeah. What a shame.
Yeah, I don't think, like you said, church also, it could be used like interchangeably with like maybe a better word, because church I don't think is necessarily like a house of worship. Like, church is almost like a verb, you know what I mean? Like, it sounds stupid, like I church to like get closer to God, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's not like a place. It's better used as a verb. And like, so like if you church, you don't need to go to this like brick and mortar building, in my opinion. Like, I think you can church pretty well out in the woods.
Oh, absolutely. I was about to say most of the people there aren't even listening anyway. They just do it so it's the right thing to do. But dude, it's like, it's hollow.
Right.
You can't just show up and like, just, I don't know. People kill me.
I mean, again, and I'll be like two-sided. Like, there are probably plenty of people that go to these churches and like find their peace and find their God in these churches. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
It's just like the people that preach about it being like, oh, if you don't go to church, you don't know God. It's
Yeah,
like,
that's hogwash.
yeah, like I'm looking in the woods right now, and I can probably talk to God a lot easier in there than I could in a brick building.
Dude, we could go freaking trip out and have a freaking closer relationship with God than a lot of them.
Dude, yeah.
That'd be pretty killer. We should do that.
I mean, somebody asked me if I had the answers. I don't know if that was God or not.
It's Mason.
I don't think it was God, for the record. I think that was something else. But
Could have been Mr. Skin.
it wasn't Mr. Skinner. I wouldn't be here right now. I'd have bled out of my asshole and died.
Fuck.
Ugh. What a scary way to go.
I'm telling you, that'd be horrible.
Well, I hate that no fucking body got past where, like, I think they previously did. It's terrible.
That is wild. Dude, we got a Chubb Lee that still has never played even a note of it.
Chubb's not going to know any of the answers either. He's going to pick
Yeah.
left on, like, the first choice, and, like, there goes his first life.
Exactly. He's going to go, Logan, what? Trunk.
Please. All right, y'all. It's time for the music choices.
Fuck, dude.
I just saw where we were in the episode.
I know, this has been a longer one out of the last few.
It's been a good one.
It has been a good one. Dude, who wants to start it off? You want me to hit it?
Yeah, hit it.
Dude, I'm going to go with a song called Crank by Catherine Will. Man, it is such a good song. If you're ever just a little baked, you don't even have to be baked, but I would much rather you be baked and
It'll
put it
help.
on and, dude, just vibe out with it. I think y'all love it. If you've never heard it, you'll dig it. It's not a chick. Catherine Will is the name of the band. It's rock, mellow rock and roll, stoner.
Oh, that sounds
Vibe.
nice.
You're going to love it, dude. I
That
know you
sounds
will.
nice, actually.
It's so good.
I'm gonna go with my third funeral song. I've named two so far. I'm gonna give you the final
The
one.
trilogy.
And if I die, y'all will know what you're gonna hear if you show up to my funeral. And that is All the Wine by The National. It's a fucking, like, beautiful, self-deprecating song. And that's, like, the third song I want played at my funeral.
Fantastic. I'm going to have to give it a gander.
It's great. All right, Edward.
Lord. I'm gonna go with a song called Minefield by an artist named Nick D. Nikd. It's a like pop-ish song, rap-ish song.
Yeah.
Totally different vibe from what y'all went with, I believe. However, it's just very catchy. And
Dude,
it's been on
catchy's what it's all
Yeah.
about.
Yeah.
Like, catchy music sells.
Yeah.
Yep, I looked it up last week, or found it I didn't find it last week. I looked it back up last week, and yeah, it's been stuck on repeat ever since.
Fantastic.
What was the name of the song you just said?
Minefield.
Minefield by Nick D.
Nick D. Yeah, we'll have to look it up later.
Yeah, I might actually go listen to that. I like catchy music.
Very catchy.
I like catchy music even when I know it's bad.
Yeah, if it's like it got a little earworm thing in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Friday,
Yeah,
gotta
that.
get down on Friday. Sing it, Shroomy. Everybody's looking
song like
forward to
that.
the weekend.
Oh, you definitely do.
Whoa, you gotta.
You know Friday.
I know the song, but like I don't know the words enough to like.
It's Friday.
Yeah.
Friday,
Just
Friday,
Gotta get down on Friday.
Friday.
Yep, that's it. You know it.
Yeah.
Yesterday was Wednesday. Saturday comes after it. I don't think it does.
Do you guys know 2 Weeks by Bare Naked Ladies?
Absolutely. It's been. Oh, it's 1 week.
1 week,
right?
yeah. 1 week.
1 week.
Since you looked at me.
Yeah.
Do you know the verses?
Nah.
Can you sing them, man?
Something, the chicken and the palm one.
Yeah.
No, I cannot.
Fuck that shit. Hold on.
I thought you were going to say 2 weeks by All That Remains.
I know that song too.
That kicks ass.
That's a fucking killer ass song. That was off the
Oh.
Overcome album.
You know it.
What about song 2? Or, song 2? Blur?
Blur.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. That was, what was that?
Overrated.
Oh
No
my
way.
god.
I'm not gonna say it's
Get off
gay,
of your own
but, like,
podcast.
What was it? Blurry or whatever.
Blur.
Blurry was Puddle of Mud.
Yeah.
Oh, then what are y'all talking about? Because that's what I was thinking of.
How is that overrated? That's one of the best songs of 2001.
You just look up song 2. Like
Yeah.
that'll come up.
Song 2?
You'll know it right out of the
You definitely
right out
will.
of the chute. Let's wrap this mother trucker up. What are we at? Oh my goodness. Long as hell.
This might be the longest one. We're way too deep in.
Yeah.
All right.
Fuck yeah, that was delicious.
If y'all are still listening, I salute you.
Exactly. For those about to rock. Fuck.
We salute you.
I'd scream right now if I could. But folks, it's the middle of the night.
Yeah. The studio's walls are not that thick.
The studio's going dark.
It's like, when's witching hour? 3?
I thought that was midnight.
It might be. I'm not a witch.
I don't know either.
Not really into the witches. I attract witches.
What?
It's really weird. Like chicks that want to be witches. That's what I get when I'm interested in like a country chick.
A nice Christian country
Yeah,
chick.
yeah. That's
And
like
on next week's episode of Are You Done?
that has like parents that are happily married. Like that's my dream. But I get the ones with the mother wasn't
Oh my
around. They dropped them off at the
God.
grandparents.
That was my favorite.
The Wiccans.
I was at this is a whole other podcast.
Okay.
I was absolutely terrified of father-in-laws.
Yes.
The first chick I dated, no clue. I won't mention names because we know her name. No clue who, what, where, when, why her father was.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, didn't date her super long, so like it wasn't, but like it was a couple months, and like still no idea about that. The second chick, like her dad was like oddly I won't say he's a pushover, but like definitely was not aggressive. So like that helped me. I was just little, 15-year-old Eddie, and I was
Please.
scared to death.
Fuck my daughter on the couch.
I mean,
Here's my bed. Wherever
Almost.
you would like.
Fuck, dude. Edward, thank you so much.
thank you for having me.
It's always a pleasure. We hope to see you again next week.
I'll indulge.
That'll be delicious.
And folks,
Mr. Shroom.
it's Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music, Pandora, iHeartRadio, the one I can never remember. Please follow, please like, please subscribe, please leave us a fucking review. Holy fucking shit.
And Shroom will suck your cock.
That's not what we've agreed on the entire time. And,
I don't like the other one.
leave a review and Aaron will
An email with your
cradle the
recommendations
balls,
of who you want.
stroke the
Suck your
shaft,
balls.
Exactly. You make your choice.
swallow the gravy.
Yeah, Aaron's not doing any of that.
Aaron's doing all of that.
That's
folks.
fucked.
And I personally guarantee it. It's a money back guarantee.
Ain't no queer
You can't
around here.
You can't back out. All right, folks.
Dude, that was killer, man. I'm Aaron.
I'm Mr. Shroom, and this is Are You Dust?
Sun